the closing statement, we'll go in reverse order. So Bob Unger up first.
This election is not going to be about me or anybody else. If anyone stands for the principles that I believe in, I would drop out in 1 second and support them. Because if you think it's one of my great dreams to have to associate every day with Barney Frank and Gerald Nadler, this is not my idea of a good time. So we have to have people who will stand on principle. I'm going to leave you with the words of who I started with, Carol Quigley. The powers of financial capitalism had another far-reaching aim, nothing less than to create a world system of financial control in private hands, able to dominate the political system of each country and the world. This system would be controlled in a feudalist fashion by the central banks of the world, acting in concert by secret agreement and at frequent private meetings. We just had a meeting in Australia of all the bankers. There were men with AK-47s surrounding the entire area. Nobody was allowed near them. Now, if you're doing something good, do you need an AK-47? Do you need darkness? Evil operates in darkness. Goodness can operate in the light.
Bob Unger, ladies and gentlemen. Next is Phil Ornstein.
Thank you. The most important thing about this is not only the result, it's the process as well. And it's what leads up to November 2nd, which is just as important as what happens on November 2nd, because part of what we're doing is getting the principles of America, the principles of individual liberty. We're educating the public and teaching citizens to stand up and act on their own, to think on their own, and to stand up on their own 2 feet without an overbearing government that they're addicted to, as they are today. This is an education process, and part of the reason why Dan Halloran won, the fellow who gave the opening remarks today, he's a New York City councilman, is because we were out there together with my combate chief, Anthony Carollo, and the Whitestone Republicans. We were out there every Sunday, and we spoke to people, and we educated the public. It's the process.
Thank you, Phil Ornstein. James Milano.
I want to once again bring honesty, integrity, and fiscal discipline back to the district and have that become something that is contagious amongst all congressional members. I am young, I'm passionate, I have a knowledge base on economics and healthcare. I understand where Gary Ackerman is deficient with his lack of understanding on those crucial issues that affect job creation, our economy, terrorism, and healthcare reform. I need all of you to help me in order to defeat him and to be able to vote your conscience.
James Milano. Phil Lipsky. No, I just wanted to say so that everybody...
Jack.
Jack Lipsky.
We are facing perilous times. November's election is probably the most crucial election we've faced in a long time. It may well represent our last best chance to save this country. The country has major problems. The status quo must be changed. We must unite. We must take back this country. Failing that, we will have major problems going forward. I would like to just end with one statement from my hero, Ronald Reagan. And his statement is more appropriate today than ever before. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day, we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States when men were free. Thank you, and God bless America and safe harbor.
I can only say this, that we have a great opportunity here to change. And one of the things that we have to do is change the status quo. And this is what I'm asking you to do. I can bring the change that we need. I believe in honesty and principle. And I never want to be on MSNBC as one of the 11 Republicans that voted out of principle voted against the stimulus and then went behind closed doors to ask. And I would never do that. We got to bring principle and honesty back to government. And that's what I stand. If I vote against something, I promise you, I will not behind closed doors and then ask for the money. That's what we've lost. We've lost honesty, we've lost principle, and we've lost integrity. And that's what we need back in the Congress. And that's what I bring. The way I run a business is the way I would work for you. And that's the way we need it. My customers trust me because I trust, they trust them. And that's what we need. Trust, honesty. That's what we need.
Don Galliano. Elizabeth Burton.
I bring tremendous passion to the effort to unseat Ackerman and to bring change to Congress, the right changes that we need. A lot of the source of that is growing up with a father who was a refugee from Germany in 1938, and listening to his stories about how in the 1920s life was a life full of soccer games and going to Strauss operas, and how that changed, and the gradual changes that were first gradual changes and then horrible changes that came about in Germany. My passion is to keep this country free. It's what impelled me to run in 2008. It's what made me work, and I was constantly out there at train stations and every place imaginable for the last 2 years. I've spoken all over the district. We need unity. With due respect to my wonderful, wonderful fellow candidates, I ask you to unite with me. I've been working my tail off for the last 2 years to do the right thing because of my passion that this country must remain free of terrorism, and to stop this overspending, which is killing our economy. And my time is up, but I hope that you'll all speak with me afterwards. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more